the Rated R superstar.
And he goes, they just introduced you. I was like, oh crap, sorry.
What were you and Ted DiBiase talking about?
Was that a surprise?
Well, Gail was like, I was back there talking about Holly, and I asked her what she was talking about.
Just talking coffee.
Yeah? What's your cup of joe of choice?
Strong and black like my man.
Yeah. you know what I thought of just as you said that? I wanted to be like, oh, did you ever wrestle Ahmed Johnson? That's what came to my mind.
As a matter of fact, I did.
You did?
So, I went up to WWE headquarters to the Funkin' Dojo, which was...
Hey, let's not swear around these people.
So the Funkin' Dojo, Dory Funk, is training a few people that have been on TV and made, oh my God. So training a few people that have been on TV, maybe need to up their chops a little bit, and guys that they didn't really know about that they wanted to check out. So there's me, there's Val Venus who weren't signed, there's Kurgan who was, there's Taka who just didn't know English, Mark Merrow, a bunch of guys like that. Ahmed was there. So by the end of the week, Val and I had been doing tag teams. So they liked this, and we kind of thought this was a test because they put us in with Ahmed and Tiger Ali Singh and said, have a good match. And it was very scary.
I'd imagine. How many elbow pads on his knees was he wearing?
He shot me in the ropes and went, and I didn't know what I was feeding into. It was a spine buster, and it hurt a lot. Good story, right?
He's actually the only wrestler I've ever seen backstage. Guys carry gallons of water around. He would actually carry gallons of whole milk and drink and drink and drink, and that was his thing. And we were all just completely bewildered by this man. And
he was a large man.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Right?
I can see Ahmed Johnson drinking a lot of milk.
And now I want like an Ahmed action figure with like a 2-liter thing of milk.
What was the weirdest thing that your because the action figures these days, and like I guess 2-part question.
Yeah.
A, did you still get excited that like you had action figures like 10 years into your career? And B, what was like they put some weird stuff with those action figures, right? Like what's the weirdest thing that you were getting with it?
Always excited about action figures.
Always.
You couldn't help it. But there was a hockey stick, but that made sense. I think an ironing board once. Clothes. Clothes are always. I was always, very well dressed. When I retired, I obviously dropped that. I think an ironing board.
How about what was the weirdest piece of merchandise? The weirdest Edge merchandise WWE put out?
I mean, boxer shorts are always strange. There was a trash can. An Edge trash can, which, I don't know, I have one actually. I have an Edge trash can. A teddy bear. So get this. They gave me a teddy bear that looks like a lion. Obviously this is for kids. It's a stuffed teddy lion. And it has Rated R Superstar all over it. Does that make any sense? Again, I have one, and my little girl cuddles with it. Yeah, she calls it Dada Bear.
You're going to have to do some explaining in a couple of years. Tell me about, I guess, the Rated R Superstar. Where did that mantra? Because you had so many different things in your career.
Incarnations.
There's the word.
Well, with wrestling, you kind of always recreate, otherwise it gets really stagnant. So it was actually a Rob Zombie shirt that inspired it. It was House of a Thousand Corpses shirt, and I was buddies with him, so he gave me a bunch of shirts, and this one had a Rated R for strong sexual content and gore. I thought, hey, we got something here.
Well, that should have been a Rhino's t-shirt.
Well played. You're a comedian, aren't you? So I thought, Rated R, we got something here. And there was a bunch of t-shirt designs that the company had sent me, and one was like an arrow pointing at my crotch and just all this stuff. And I was like, these are brutal. But there was one, they took the rated R idea and it was rated R Superstar. The company voted it last. I said, that's the shirt. And that's now the original rated R Superstar t-shirt. And that's kind of where it all stemmed from.
I like the idea, like, that's how much you trusted the company. Like, whatever the company least likes.
Just some of their, like, at first, they gave Christian and I a list of names for Rhino, right? They said, what do you guys think? Because we were bringing him in as, you know, our guy. Sarah.
S-A-R-A-A?
Anybody? Really? Like
Yeah.
Sarah. The dude is 6 feet tall. He's 325 pounds. He's built like the Juggernaut from X-Men. He can walk through the stage. Just like he eats cinder blocks. How can you name him Sarah?
You're not going to forget the name, Sarah.
True. And they wanted to dye his hair blonde, like peroxide blonde. I mean, it was just horrible.
Here's a name I bet they never thought of. State Representative Rhino. This guy's running for government.
With a like corduroy mustard yellow jacket.
Yeah.
The picture I saw.
There's some great pictures.
And a bow tie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's feeling very Bob Backlund-esque.
Ooh. Did you ever wrestle with Bob Backlund?
No.
Well, let's start today.
No, never wrestled Bob Backlund, although I was telling Jeremy beforehand. We were at WrestleMania, and we were in the green room, and we had an idea. Chris and I had a skit written about Bobby Resnick, this bell ringer, and blah, blah, blah. We wanted Bob Backlund to be his guardian angel who gave him advice over the years. And so I went up in the green room to Bob. I saw him, he's wearing a tracksuit and just his amateur wrestling. He's like, okay. I said, hey Bob, hey, you want to be on our show, man? We'd love to have you. And he just looked at me and went, I wrote a book. Well, that's great. Okay. And then I said, so do you want to be on the show? And he went, it's about amateur wrestling. Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to like hold the book in the skate? You can wear wings and a halo and hold your book. And then he just walked away from me. And I stood there dumbfounded. This is all true. This is witnessed. And then I kind of looked at this guy, Paul Miller, who's one of the executive producers. I was like, what just happened? And I looked over, and then Bob had a peeled banana, holding it by both hands underneath his face, like pushing it up into his face to eat it. That was it. I don't know what's happening. I love the man, but I think he's Andy Kaufman. I think he's working all of us. He's actually a genius.
I think he's a genius. I don't know about the others.
That's my Bob Backlund story. Anyway,
Nice.
all right, that's all I got.
That's it, Ed. Where are you at on the internet? What's your stuff?
What's my handle?
Yeah.
I think I know how to use it. I'm on the Twitter machine at EdgeRatedR. I just grabbed a hold of my WWE Facebook, which I didn't know existed, and has 6 million things. Yeah, so I'm starting to use that. So that's actually neat. And I don't have an Instagram thing. I don't know why I said Instapop. I don't know.
Hey, you got an Insta pop out of me. Huh?
Hey!
Let's hear it, Brad.